All right, that's good news there, President Biden. I want to turn to your polling really quickly here. The latest polling from USA Today has your approval rating at 38%.
And I wonder why. So wait. Did y'all hear that? This video is brought to you by Extreme Teas. Click on the link below. Make sure you put Kevin in the promo code and you'll get a 20% discount. Now, not everybody is interested in precious metals and IRAs and 401k rollovers. Some people are happily putting their whole life savings on the stock market. Some people are launching themselves into property investments. And some like the idea of cryptos and leverage investments. All at what looks like the top of the market. And what could possibly go wrong with that? I mean, with supply chain issues, inflation on the way, and unemployment climbing, it isn't at all a bit risky. No, not at all. Hey, and don't even get us started on that $25 trillion of debt. Now, if you've been thinking about investing safer so that you can retire comfortably and sleep at night, it might be time to talk to Noble Gold about the tax advantages and other pluses of those precious metal IRAs. Now, of course, you might just love uncertainty, but if you don't, this month, Noble Gold are giving away a free American, the beautiful, solid silver 5-ounce coin with any qualifying IRA you start. And all you got to do is call us at 877-646-5347 or visit our website at noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get to this video. 38%. Ooh, he is stinking it up. I mean, that's pretty low right there. 38%. There has to be a reason why the most beloved president of all times that received the most votes ever has now an approval rating at 38%. And the rumor has it that his running mate, VP Kamala Harris, is even lower than that. These two stink. Someone go get my clothespin while I listen to all the reasons why this dude's poll numbers have just taken a trip to the South Pole.
The president's and the vice president's poll numbers have been falling. How big of a concern is that for this White House, particularly with an eye towards the midterm elections just a year from now?
Are you talking about a particular poll? No, just in general? So, look, one of the things that I want to say is we are confident that our policies will improve the lives of nearly every American. And so grow our economy and create jobs. That's our focus, to make sure that we continue to push the president's economic policies.
As many as 1 in 3 emergency responders in some cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, right here in Baltimore, are refusing to comply with city vaccine mandates. I'm wondering where you stand on that. Should police officers, emergency responders, be mandated to get vaccines? And if not, should they be stay at home or let go?
Yes and yes.
And, look, polls are all over the map, and that's not going to be our focus right now. The president was also asked this last Tuesday, and he wants to make sure that we deliver for the American public.
I want to just bring up the current labor market shortages. Millions of jobs are unfilled. Businesses are struggling to meet demand. Is there anything you can do to either encourage people to go back to work or make jobs more attractive, that they want to go back to work?
Yeah,
so
role
for the federal government?
First of all, we've created more jobs in the first 8 months of my administration than any president in American history. Total number of jobs created.
Biden didn't create these jobs. Most of them were lost during COVID. And now with the country having largely reopened, those jobs are now ready to be refilled.
And that is what we're going to focus on. And also, like, poll after poll, including the poll that you may be thinking of or other polls that are out there, has showed us the components of the bipartisan infrastructure deal and the Build Back Better framework are very popular.
The problem for the people not going back to work is twofold. Number one, they're reluctant to go back to work because they're afraid of COVID, many of them. So they don't want to go back, and they don't want to be exposed either to customers because they're not required to wear masks or not required to have shots.
And that's important to note. And American families want to see these historic investment in infrastructure. They want to see it in care. They want to see in competitiveness. They want to see in this addressing the climate crisis.
Number two, and that's why You know, we were able to go from when I first was elected, there were only 2 million people who had COVID shots in the United States of America, had the vaccine.
No, when Biden was elected, the vaccine wasn't even available.
And so that's what we're seeing, and that's what matters as we're moving forward, is delivering for the American public.
The problem for the people not going back to work is twofold.
Whatever.
There's a circumstance that exists where people are really worried about what they're going to do. I mean, how can I say this? There's a lot of people who are just down. They're not sure how to get back in the game. They're not sure whether they want to get back in the game.
So people are too sad to work? Where is he getting this?
Think of this. If you're graduating from Morgan State, okay?
Woo! Biden said the name of a thing that we like.
Well, guess what? You didn't have those great dances the last 4 years that you'd had before you went out and worked.
What?
No, I'm not joking. Graduated from high school. You don't have your prom. You don't have your graduation. You don't have all the things that matter to people that go into things they look forward to.
So people aren't going to work because they're sad that they missed their high school prom. Got it. Anyway, let me remind you what Anderson Cooper's question was. Is there anything you can do to either encourage people to go back to work or make jobs more attractive that they want to go back to work? Is there a role for the federal government? And the answer was, because school dances or something. 81 million votes, guys. 81 million votes.
All right, that's good news there, President Biden. I want to turn to your polling really quickly here. The latest polling from USA Today has your approval rating at 38%. A new CNN poll shows 58% of Americans believe that you aren't paying enough attention to the nation's most important issues. So I'm wondering, when you combine that with the election results that we saw last week, is this giving you kind of a sign that maybe you need to recalibrate some of your administration's priorities as you approach that one-year mark in office?
Well, look, the poll I saw just before I walked in on another station was my polling.
I must be right.
What?
I must be right.
What?
I must be right.
I don't know what that was, y'all. I mean, if I was on that poll and I'm like, all right, well, how do I feel about Biden? Well, I don't know, because I can't understand the word he said. What was that? If you figure it out, you let me know. I mean, that probably knocked him down about 2 or 3 points. Let's continue, though.
Number is down, but it's 48% to 52%.
So
but look, the point is I didn't run because of the polls.
It's funny every time.
I think what you're going to see is the combination of what I did in the beginning in terms of the Recovery Act, and then this legislation.
Creepy sleepy.
Yeah, I got the president coming my way right about now. And I'm telling him to go the right way, but I don't know. We can't really. Oh God. Okay, he's off task. We got a runner. Okay, just abort. Let's just go ahead and play this one by ear. I can't stand this job, man. This guy's absolutely nuts. How did I even get this detail? I don't know. Just work with us, guys. We already know what we're working with. Hopefully this nightmare will be over real soon. Okay, he seems to be, wait, did he almost just go through the window? I don't know, man. Really, I don't care. I think I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice.
As well as the legislation that we're about to pass, God willing, on what's called Build Back Better, everything from child care to funding 3 and 4-year-olds in school, et cetera. One of the reasons why I decided to talk about the need to deal with the operation and the gouging that occurs in some of the pricing of beef and chicken and other things is that's why I think that's why I indicated to you we're going to look at whether or not there's a violation of antitrust laws and what they're doing.
Englishman, we speak English here. Okay, this is America, greatest country on the planet. We speak American. All right, I don't speak Moon Man. I want some darn American spoken. Which ain't a language, it's an attitude. But I sure enough don't understand what the heck he's talking about. So, how can I rank him in the polls? This dude right here is incoherent. I think we might have bought ourselves a lemon. Not me, though. Not me. Here we go.
I think all that's going to have a significant impact on ordinary Americans, like the households I came from. And anyone who would prefer, as bad as things are in terms of prices hurting families now, trade this Thanksgiving for last Thanksgiving. That in fact are going to change their circumstance and result in essentially tax cuts for the child care they'll get, tax cuts for being able to send their kids to 3 and 4 years old to school that they otherwise have to pay. We'll see. And with regard to the disappointment relates to the fact that Russia and including not only Russia, but China basically didn't show up. There's a whole lot of things that are going to be happening. I think this is an up and down, that we have, an up and down circumstance. When the cost of a gallon of gasoline gets to above $3.35 a gallon, Russia and including is not right. You have the significant number of, I forget the number. The polls are going to go up and down and up and down. They were high early, then they got medium, then went back up, and now they're low. Well, look, this is look at every other president. The same thing has happened.
What?
And as I looked at the polling data, literally as I was walking out of the office after doing another thing I had to do, is my polling numbers are the same, essentially what everyone.
And it makes a big difference to tell the American people the truth about what our options are in ending this war.
His speech impediment.
If tomorrow, the order goes out from I'm President of the United States, I issue an order, end the war today, begin to withdraw all American troops. It will take a year to get the American troops out.
Oh, year? Wait a minute.
That's
not what you did.
That's the truth.
Is
it will take a year to get them physically out.
Wow.
Now, if you leave all the equipment behind, you might be able to do it in 7 months.
What?
And you leave those billions of dollars of weapons behind, I promise they're going to be used against your grandchild and mine someday.
You know who he sounds like right there? Trump. That's who he sounds like. He sounds like he would have some intelligence if he was the president back then. But right now, I don't know what the heck he's doing, because he did exactly the opposite of what he just described back when he still had his brain. So, yeah.
But what grade would you give the Biden administration?
I think you have to say an F.
Yeah.
And not an F plus.
Oh, no. You know, I always go with an A for awful. When it comes down to these people right here, they all get A's for awful. Matter of fact, they get an A plus for awful plus some.
It would be an F. It's a failed administration.
Oh, yes,
I don't think there's ever been a greater embarrassment as an administration. And I think Afghanistan was a disaster. Not getting out. I was the one that set it up. I brought it down to 2,500 soldiers. And we were in great shape. And they weren't going to touch us. They knew they weren't going to touch us. And then he took out the military before he took out the people. He left maybe thousands of people that are Americans and people that should be taken out.
Everyone from Bush to
Kennedy said about going to the moon.
I'm sure you did.
He said we're going, you know why? Because we refuse to postpone. Let's not postpone and get out of the rain.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Clinton to all of Obama were at the same time.
Let me be clear. If you're in a state where hurricanes often strike, like Florida or the Gulf Coast or into Texas,
I'm sure he's going to say run for cover. I'm sure he's going to say hide under the bed. I'm sure he's going to say evacuate. I'm sure he's going to say make sure you stock up on water and supplies and stuff like that. I'm sure he's going to say make sure you got a generator and some type of radio that you could communicate. I'm sure that's what he's going to say, right? Okay, here we go.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now.
What?
Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated in a hurricane.
81 million votes.
Well, guys, don't you believe it? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Biden's poll numbers done packed up early. Christmas ain't even here yet, and they done headed to the South Pole. That's right, y'all. All of that stuff we just witnessed could explain why his poll numbers are in the tank. And honestly, they said it's in the 30s and stuff like that while he's trying to make excuses. But I disagree. It's probably negative 30 something. Yeah, that might just be fake news. 30 something sounds a little too high for me. Got to be in the negatives. Now, God bless you. God bless America. And I hope those polls keep heading south, man, to where it leaves the whole planet. I want those poll numbers to end up in hell, man. That's where I want to see them at. That's how far they need to go. Dang on it. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See you next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care. Now, God bless y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share my videos. Also, don't forget to donate if you like Kevin's Corner. There are links in the bottom of this video. Check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. If you like the products, put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. And what else? Oh, find me on Rumble in the Jungle. All right, God bless you all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.